Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and then make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. The only big movie that came out this weekend was Krampus. So my predictions last week were that number 1 would be Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, number 2 would be Krampus, number 3 would be The Good Dinosaur, number 4 would be Creed, and that number 5 would be Spectre. And this weekend I actually did a little better with my predictions. I got 3 of my predictions correct. So let's go over what happened. Of course, number 1, I don't think anyone predicted that this movie would fall to Krampus or anything. But yeah, number 1 is still Mockingjay Part 2. It made $18 million this weekend. That adds to a grand domestic total of $227 million, which is very good for this movie. It's already exceeded its budget by like $70 million, I think. Its budget was around like 150, 160, something around that. So that's pretty good for this movie. Like, I didn't think it was the best movie ever. I didn't think it was the best one of the Hunger Games series. But, you know, $227 million, that's not bad. It's currently going to be one of the highest grossing movies of the whole year, of course. But yeah, pretty congratulations, Mockingjay Part a dose. Number 2, however, was the new film Krampus. I actually saw it Thursday night, and I will have a review for it soon. I can't do it tonight. I actually did see another movie that's in the top 10, which I'll bring up when I get to it. But anyways, Krampus, I really liked it. That's the quick version. I really liked it. And it made $16 million this weekend, and some people might think, oh no, that's really low. But in actuality, its budget is only $15 million, so it already got its budget back. So technically, it's a box office success, which is pretty good. Krampus was a pretty fun little horror film that I enjoyed. So moving on. Number 3 was actually Creed. It was able to beat out The Good Dinosaur, where The Good Dinosaur beat it last weekend. That's pretty impressive. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I hear it's freaking amazing. It made $15,540,000 this weekend. That adds to a total of $65 million. That's already $30 million away from its $35 million budget. That's very impressive for this movie. Of course, I'm pretty sure the word of mouth is spreading around like, hey, this spin-off movie, it's actually pretty fantastic. And I still haven't seen Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, or Rocky Balboa yet, but as soon as I do, then I'll see Creed. I really do want to see it because I like the first Rocky, and the trailers for Creed look pretty good. Anyways, number 4 was The Good Dinosaur. It made $15,512,000, adding to a total of $75 million. That's pretty good for this movie. I won't be shocked, however, if it comes out and basically doesn't make as much money as any of the other Pixar movies because its budget is around $200 million right now, and it's only $125 million away from that budget, and maybe it'll be able to get close. I'm not sure if it'll exceed it. It might, but not by a lot. I won't be surprised if this is one of Pixar's lowest grossing movies. Maybe it's A Bug's Life, but I don't know. I really like The Good Dinosaur, though. Hopefully more people do go out to see it after they see Hunger Games for the 3rd time. It's been out for 3 weeks, right? Yeah, 3 weeks. Anyways, moving on, number 5 was Spectre. It made $5 million this weekend, adding to a total of $184 million. It's so close, $60 million away from its $245 million budget. It's definitely not going to get there, though. Unfortunately, domestically, it's not going to get its budget back. That's pretty much been proven to us, so that's pretty disappointing. I think people hated on Spectre unnecessarily. I thought it was a really great movie, but yeah, oh well, oh well. Sorry, James Bond. Number 6 was The Night Before. More people went out to see this movie probably because Christmas time is right around the corner. The Night Before made $4 million, adding to a total of $31 million. So it's $6 million away from its $25 million budget. It's finally got it back after being out in theaters for how many weeks? 3, 4 weeks? I think it's 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Some amount of weeks. I still need to see this movie, though. I really do want to see it eventually because it looks really funny. I love Seth Rogen and most of his comedies, so hopefully this movie is good when I eventually do go out and see it. Moving on, number 7 was the Peanuts movie. It made $3 million this weekend, adding to a total of $121 million, which is also very good. It's only gotten like $30 million-ish away from its $99 million budget, which is pretty good for the movie. I'm glad that this movie made over $100 million. I'm glad it's not going to be one of the highest grossing movies of the year, but I'm glad it's over $100 million and all that stuff because I freaking love the Peanuts movie. It's definitely one of my favorites of the entire year. I'm glad people are seeing it. Moving on, number 8 is the movie I actually saw yesterday and thought was freaking phenomenal. Number 8 was Spotlight. It made $2,926,000 this weekend, and that adds to a total of $16 million. It's only $4 million away from its budget of 20, which I'm sure it'll get there because word of mouth, and it's expanding to other theaters too. Plus, it'll probably get some Oscar buzz because it is one of those movies, and I loved Spotlight. I thought it was terrific, wonderful. Amazing movie. Moving on, number 9 was the other limited release that's expanding, Brooklyn. It made $2,430,000, adding to a total of $11 million. It already got its $10 million budget back. Now it's just slowly making more. And all I know about this movie is that it's a love story. And that's all I can say. Congratulations, Brooklyn. You made your budget back. But I haven't seen you yet, so next, number 10, closing it out, was The Secret in Their Eyes, making $1 million, adding to a total of $17 million. It's only $2 million away from its budget. Maybe it'll get there in the next couple days. Maybe it'll barely get there. Who knows? All I know is I still haven't seen this film, and probably will not see this film unless, I don't know, someone takes me to see it or whatever. I don't know. I just don't really have an interest in seeing this movie. So, yeah. Also, Star Wars is like 2 weeks away, so that's my main priority right now is Star Wars. Can you guys, okay, real talk for a second. Can you guys freaking believe that Star Wars is like 2 weeks away? That's incredible. Anyways, yeah, Secret in the Eyes, boohoo. Anyways, time to make predictions for next week's top 5, and the only movie I think will be able to affect the top 5 is In the Heart of the Sea, the Moby Dick movie starring Chris Hemsworth. And if there's any other movies coming out, I think it's either a limited release or will just like not even make the top 5. So let's get into it. I think number 1 will actually be In the Heart of the Sea since Mockingjay has finally started to slow down, and I think number 2 will be Mockingjay Part 2, number 3 will be Krampus, number 4 will be Creed, and number 5 will be The Good Dinosaur. But what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave it in the comments below. And if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right, then whoops. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.